Hello and welcome back to another episode of Rosewater. Where are we? How far did we make it? Can we see on the map actually where we are? Yeah. Rio Rosado. Getting closer to Raft Valley. It's such a long way to go still. Oh man. It's like a sixth, a fifth of the way maybe? I don't even know if it's that much. Depending on like, I mean, I don't know, we're probably not gonna go in a straight line, right? Yeah, I don't know. I thought we would just get there and then do something, but I guess maybe like a lot of the adventures actually along the road here? I don't know. Right, so we've already played cards. We've talked to Nadine and Phil last time, I think. I'm not sure what I want to do. See what Danny has to say.
Hey, Danny, let's talk.
Sure.
So did you get PD's memorial sorted out?
Yeah, I think so. It was hard saying goodbye, but I needed to do it.
Goodbyes aren't easy. Never quite got the hang of them myself.
Yeah.
No?
I don't like to stick around in one place too long, so eventually I just move on. Figure I'll be back around again sometime later. But you don't always get another chance for a proper farewell.
Well, I hope you're not planning on leaving us just yet.
Nah, I like to finish what I start.
Same.
Hey, Jake?
Yeah, Harley?
Did your travels ever take you to El Presidio?
A few times. Can't say I much care for it, but that city's for you. Too crowded, too impersonal. I'll take the wide open countryside any day.
You think that charlatan at the spring learned his lesson?
I doubt he'll be trying that little scheme again anytime soon.
I mean, he might. We're just not gonna come through again, so, like, I don't know.
I appreciate the chat.
Anytime, Harley.
Leger, get up here a minute, would you?
Okay.
What's going on?
I don't much care for the looks of that sky.
No? Looks fine to me.
Give it half an hour and it won't. There's a dust storm coming.
How do you know?
We need to seek shelter fast.
We can't just stop and wait it out on the wagon?
Even secured, there's a chance it could blow over. I'm not risking it. There's a house up ahead a ways. We'll stop and see if we can shelter there.
All right. I'll let the others know.
What if the house falls over?
Lola wasn't kidding about the storm picking up. Is someone living here?
Who knows?
Hello? Anybody home? No answer. And wouldn't you know it, it's locked. Good thing I've got these lockpicks.
Oh?
Oh!
Can I help you with something?
My companions and I need a place to ride out the storm. We thought this house was abandoned.
Well, it's not. But how many are ye?
There's 6 of us. That's our wagon back there on the road.
Well then, go fetch 'em.
You're sure?
I won't have ye blow away on me porch. And you'll be keeping an old man company.
Sure.
As long as you're not bandits or thieves, are ye?
No, sir. We're
Ah.
fortune seekers.
Yeah.
Of an honest sort.
Sort.
We'll be getting along just fine. Now, get your folk in here quick, before we all get whisked to Kingdom Come. Appreciate you letting us ride out the storm in here, sir. Mighty good of you. Ah, of course. As I told your mate, I'm glad for the company. Welcome to me home. I'm Captain Philip Boylan. Pleasure's all ours.
Pirate captain?
I'm Jake Ackerman. And this is Miss Leger, Mr. Luo, Mr. Marquez, Ms. Redbird, and Miss Johnson. Fine-looking crew, sure. And not to worry, there's plenty of space here. I've a spare room upstairs and a settee in the library.
So, Captain Boylan, would that be a sea captain?
Aye,
We're a long way from water. What brought you out here?
there'll be time for trading tales soon enough. For now, I'll be needing some assistance. I was about to start supper. Seeing as I'm setting extra places, I could use a couple more hands.
I'd be glad to help.
As would I.
Ah, grand.
Don't want to help. No.
Looks like you have your kitchen crew assembled. Thanks for stepping up, you two. Have fun.
All right, shall we? The rest of ye, make yourselves at home. I'll sound the gong when supper's ready.
Nice. I want to
Seems
snoop.
a nice enough feller.
Indeed.
He must be lonely to take in a bunch of strangers like this.
You took in a bunch of strangers. Are you lonely, Miss Johnson?
I took you in because you paid me.
I do not know about you, but I am curious to see this library. See you all at dinner.
I'll be upstairs.
Ooh, exploring a spooky old house. What fun. See you later, Harley.
Sure, see you later. What do we have? Painting.
A painting of a harbor. I feel like I've seen this somewhere before.
I don't know, maybe. It doesn't... I don't know. Perhaps.
That probably goes to a closet or a basement or something.
Or something.
Locked. I should leave it be. Don't want to upset the captain.
Okay, fair enough.
An impressive weapon.
Yeah. Some statues.
If I had to guess, I'd say this came from someplace in Africa.
Possible.
A seaside landscape. I'm detecting a theme.
What's the theme?
It seems the good captain is an avid reader.
No kidding.
And drinker.
The label says Barbados rum.
I don't think I've had rum from Barbados.
Who's that?
Palace, I believe.
Makes sense.
These shelves are full of ship's logbooks. Captain Boylan had a long career. Nautical adventures, war stories, medieval romances, and frontier tales. That's a nice instrument.
It
Isn't
is.
she? Very finely crafted. I wonder how the captain came by her.
Can you pray?
We're in the middle of the desert, but it feels like we could be at sea. A gentum jug.
Say that 5 times fast.
I don't think I will.
Such an intricate design.
Must have taken ages to carve.
Okay.
I'm no expert, but it looks old, foreign, and valuable. Some kind of navigational instrument. I haven't a clue how it works.
Same.
Atlases, travelogues, and naval histories.
A little dry, maybe.
Classical dialogues, poetry, and natural philosophy.
Okay. Anything else?
A poker for stoking the fire.
Sure, still
Harley,
lit.
what are you doing? We are Captain Boylan's guests, not common bandits.
Okay, can steal that while Phil is here, at least.
Admiring the captain's collection?
I am. Such curious objects.
It's true. Mostly the guitar. Mysterious, mysterious. Have we looked at everything? I do think so. Let's go upstairs. A chest. What's in the chest?
A plain old sea chest. I shouldn't be snooping around. Not without a good reason, anyway.
I'm curious, that's a good reason.
The port of Gascon, if I'm not mistaken. Been years since I've seen it.
Okay.
The plaque says the Corunna. Oh, that's interesting. There's a little model sailor that looks kind of like Captain Boylan.
Why are the carpets so like threadbare there?
It doesn't do much for me.
Yeah, I can barely see anything on that one, so thank you for
A
the
ship in
description.
a dense fog.
Hmm.
Hey, I've seen this sort of thing before. I believe it's called scrimshaw.
What is that? I've never heard of it.
It's got an old sailing ship on it. It's been carved with a whale design.
Okay, ship, whale.
It's got a seabird on it. A pelican, I think.
Maybe, yeah, something like that.
Someone carved a lighthouse onto this.
Okay. So ship, whale, pelican, lighthouse, and then you have like a wavy line with dots, straight line with dots, and then, I don't know, something kind of faint and then nothing here. Not sure what that does. Not sure what the scrimshaw is. And Haley didn't describe.
This
so
is the
no.
water closet.
Nothing to look at there.
Miss Johnson, there you are.
Yep.
Okay, so this room looks like the room of an abandoned house.
Can you see anything through that spyglass?
In the storm.
Just the wagon. Wanted to make sure it's standing up to the storm.
Makes sense.
And is it?
Seems to be. Excuse me, won't you?
Why are you running away from me? To make friends.
Finely carved. Must be quality craftsmanship. I shouldn't be snooping around. It's empty.
Not commenting on the cobwebs and the general like state of disrepair here.
Can't see much aside from the wagon parked down there. I can just make out the wagon through the dust. At least it hasn't blown away. A musty-smelling mess of laundry. Captain Boylan was quite dashing in his youth.
That's just a pile again, right? Yeah. Okay. So no comment on the huge spider and the cobwebs and the brokenness of things. See, all the other rooms are in a much better state.
Wasted no time making yourself comfortable, I see.
My back's been acting up lately, you know? Truth is, it's been a while since I was out on the road like this, camping with only a bedroll every night. Guess I got used to inns and soft mattresses. And there's a decent bed in the show wagon. Now, it ain't like I've gone soft or nothing, just, you know, showing
like
my old bones some love.
Nice to be able to freshen up. Ah.
Okay.
Storm's still going.
I'm glad we found a safe place to stay.
Where do you put your shoes? And I mean, your jacket and hat.
Evocative scene.
Don't stare at that painting too long or you'll get seasick.
Speaking from experience.
Let's just say I'm glad it's on the wall behind me.
Shouldn't snoop.
Functional little nightstand with storage.
Hey now, don't go snooping around in there. We don't want to get on our host's bad side.
Alright. Nothing else here, right? I guess we can talk to Jake some more, maybe.
We can chat after supper. Right now, I could use a rest.
Yeah, you look... Well, that's that for your rest.
I can't remember the last time this table was so full. How are you finding the fare?
Not bad.
Most satisfactory.
The very soul of rustic simplicity. Quite simple and, unadorned.
You didn't exactly jump at the chance to prepare this meal, Jake.
You're absolutely right. I didn't mean anything by it, just commenting. In any case, it's been a real pleasure having a proper meal at a table.
Been roughing it then?
And how? A campfire don't compare to this.
Where are ye folks headed?
El Presidio.
Ah, I used to sail out of there.
Since you know the city, have you got any advice for a first-time visitor?
If ye ask me, and you did, the heart of the city's the wharf.
Sure.
You'll not see a more eclectic mix of folk anywhere else. You
You said you sailed from El Presidio, Captain Boylan?
Aye, for many a year. I used to captain a whaler.
No kidding. You must have some stories.
A fair few. I could tell ye about the largest beast we ever snared. The one what took me leg.
Go on then, tell us.
It was back in 25. We was circling a lagoon off the coast of New Spain.
Yeah.
We were on the point of giving up, when suddenly a great monster breaches off the port bow. She was the biggest I'd ever seen. I shouted the order to launch the whaleboats in pursuit. Me men put all their backs and all their hearts into rowing, and soon we was on her. All around, the water was churning white with foam. The beast surfaced again so close, we nearly capsized. But the harpooner had steady legs, and a steadier aim on him, and he struck true. Then, the battle began. Oh, how she thrashed and reared. Somehow, the rope got wrapped round me leg and pulled, and tore almost clean through. I thought I was a
Doesn't
goner
sound
for
good.
sure, but it wasn't over yet. At last, the beast tired out. We hauled her in just as it was getting dark. Cutting her up was no easy job. She was 50 foot if she was an inch. Got a good sum for all that oil and blubber. But it wasn't only the whale went under the knife that night. Doc cut me up too. Taking care of what little was left of me leg by that point. Saved me life.
Quite a tale.
That poor creature.
I doubt you'd feel that way if you met one yourself, Missy.
How about we just finish our dinner? If anybody has an appetite left after that story.
Aye, fair enough.
What are we even eating? The bowls look empty.
No, that was a fine meal. And a fine meal should be followed by some fine rum and conversation. Would ye care to join me in the library?
That sounds like a perfect way to pass the evening.
I'm going to retire. Sounds like the storm's died down, so I'm bunking in the wagon.
You sure that's a good idea, Miss Johnson?
I'm sure. See y'all bright and early.
Okay.
Sure you won't have some rum, Miss Redbird?
I'm sure. Thank you.
And for you, Miss Leger.
Yeah, sure.
Don't mind if I do.
A toast to new friends.
Cheers! Damn, where'd you say this stuff came from?
Barbados.
Gift from an old friend in Barbados. Best rum in the world, in my opinion. Got plenty more in me cellar. You're welcome to it. Now then, Mr. Marquez, I had a question for ye.
I may have an answer.
Am I mistaken, or are ye of the new Spanish persuasion?
I am, yes.
Very observant.
Ah, grand! I'd like ye to have this. She belonged to an old friend of mine. New Spanish, like yourself. He used to play the most beautiful music. He left her to me when he died, but I always felt she should return to her proper home, as it were.
I'm honored.
Suppose I ought to have asked if you play.
Yeah, maybe.
In fact, I do. A little bit, anyway.
Go on, then. Give us a song.
Very well. But
Yeah,
let me tune her
good idea.
first.
That sounds about right to me.
That should do.
Yeah.
Now, let's see if I remember.
Oh yeah, pretty little. Good focus face on him too.
Goodness, that was beautiful. Where did you learn that?
Thank you, Harley. I had a tutor as a child. My father insisted I learn to play something, so I chose the guitar.
Sort of choice.
Well, ain't you just full of surprises?
I think this calls for another round.
Here, here.
It's been a grand evening. But this old salt needs his beauty sleep. Stay up late as he like, All I ask is he not disturb me in me quarters. I'm not a light sleeper, but I can be a right bastard when startled.
I promise we'll steer clear and tiptoe quieter than the angels. Good night, Captain.
See y'all in the morning.
Don't know about you folks, but I ain't ready to bed down just yet.
Yes, the night is still young.
What time
Let's
is
say
it?
we have a couple more rounds.
And the rum's all gone now.
Captain Boylan said he had more in the cellar.
I'll just go fetch a bottle or two.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. I'm expecting something to happen, right?
Oh, bad news. Cellar's locked.
Chingada.
Guess the party's over, then?
Not necessarily. Harley, would you be so kind as to apply your skills to our little problem?
Sure.
Sure, I can get that door open. I've still got my lockpicks, so it'll be a cinch.
Atta girl. Let us know when you're done it.
And he did say we're welcome to the bottles in the cellar. He probably just forgot that it's locked. Like, we can, this is not, I feel like this is okay. It's a little weird, but he also didn't want to be disturbed. So we can't, like, go ask him. So I think this is a little weird, but it's okay. No, stop. Click too far. Up there. I can't. Whatever, it's fine. And something's gotta give here, right? This is too, like, normal.
Shouldn't be too tricky. I've seen this kind of lock plenty of times.
Okay, I have no memory of any of that, though. Tumble locks. The key stays still, the diamond shines. Turn up just once, then down 3 times. Okay, so the key stays still, the diamond shines.
A hook pick. Good for... A snake pick.
Is this a diamond?
A diamond.
Yeah. Okay, so. What was it? Up once, down 3 times.
Hot damn! Jake? Phil? I got it!
Nice work, Harley. Now let's go get that rum.
I cannot see a thing down here.
How about we light that wall lamp?
How about that?
This will help us see down here if we can light it.
I don't have a match, though, do I?
We are lucky to have made it down the stairs without tumbling down in the dark.
No, there's enough light from up there, come on.
Gotta be matches around here somewhere.
Okay, now I'm looking for matches. So now we're poking around. I don't think there's anything down here. Yeah. So now we're snooping. Yes. Finally. We have a reason to snoop. Okay, so there was was there something to snoop here? There's just a polka, but that's not going to be very helpful.
Nautical adventures, war story.
I think.
This could be useful.
Honestly, like, make it hot, and then, like...
Pointy.
No, okay. That's not what that is for. See, those two are not, like... They don't care. They're not snitches. They're not, like... Oh, you shouldn't snoop. Stupid Phil. Where is this? Is this his bedroom?
This door goes into the captain's quarters.
How do you know that? Probably shouldn't ring the gong.
One of the doors is slightly...
It is.
I shouldn't be snooping around. Not without a good reason, anyway.
We need matches. What are you talking about?
Full of matches. Don't mind if I do.
Okay. Okay, we can't snoop around still. What a shame. sword, very nice.
Much better.
Now, about that rum.
What was that?
Sounded like the captain's voice. Come on.
Did it sound like the captain's voice? Sounds like someone in a barrel
You
or
heard
something.
it too, huh?
Yes, it came from upstairs, I think.
It sounded like Captain Boylan, but aren't his quarters on this floor?
I thought the same.
Perhaps we should go see if he's all right.
Yep, you and Miss Redbird check the spare room. Danny and I'll check the bedroom. Harley, you look in the captain's quarters. We ain't got time to lose.
I don't like this.
I shouldn't.
Okay. I think we have
This
good
door
reason
goes
to
into the
snoop
captain's
now,
quarters.
but whatever. Don't go in and close the door behind you.
Odd. Captain Boylan's not here. Where could he have gone?
Upstairs?
A set of keys. One of them must unlock the cellar. No need to worry about that anymore, though.
Shouldn't snoop.
An old oak wardrobe.
Does it look like oak? A little bit dark, maybe.
An old oak. Can't really see anything in here.
Too dark, or there's nothing in there? I mean, there's nothing in there from like my point of view, but
There's an old book in here. A journal.
Take it.
Better take it.
better take it. Yeah. See, this is this is.
No mirror. I guess
Oh, you
Captain
know,
Boylan
like-
doesn't do much preening here. I can just hear Joni. A quill and ink, how charming. The captain won't miss this for now.
Like first we can't like look at things, and now we're just stealing everything. Sure.
The captain still has some old country pride.
Why wouldn't he? Anything else here?
No mirror. The storm has eased up some. Looks like a sea bunk. Guess old habits die hard.
Probably, yeah. Should we look at this journal?
There's not much in here. I guess Captain Boylan didn't care much for writing. Here's an interesting passage.
Fisher landed another whale today on his first shot. I asked him how he managed it. Turns out he's been tying his wife's kerchief to the harpoon handle. Swears it brings luck and improves his aim.
Makes sense.
Ah, to be young and in love.
Is that an interesting passage?
There's not much. Here's an.
Fisher turns.
That I don't know. I would not have described this passage as interesting, but okay.
Well stocked, but not with anything I need.
How do you know? How do you know what you need?
Captain Boylan keeps a tidy house.
Not that one room upstairs, though. It's a
For an
right
old
mess.
sea captain, Boylan's got some rather modern conveniences.
Like a stove?
For an old... It's empty.
Makes sense.
Definitely not the one that got away.
Nope.
The dinner gong. Can't imagine it gets much use.
And could still like ring it every time. There's no like point to it, but
The others are looking upstairs. I need to check the captain's quarters.
we've checked the captain's quarters. What? He's not there. Have I missed something?
A set of keys. No need... An old oak... Can't really see...
Do I have any matches left?
Hang on. What's this? There's a small switch in the back. Well, I'll be damned.
Okay, that's how I got out and upstairs, I guess.
Captain! You're still breathing, thank God.
What happened?
Hang on, I'll get help.
Me and Nadine up here. Yeah.
He appears to be fine physically, but he seems to be in some sort of trance.
A trance? How do you mean?
His eyes are open, but he's not really awake. He's gone within himself. I've seen people do this voluntarily, to meditate or relive certain memories, but Captain Boylan seems trapped.
Is there anything we can do?
I'm not entirely sure. Did he say anything when you found him, Harley?
Not a word.
I'm at a loss. Something brought this on, but what?
Could it have something to do with this room? If he went to the trouble of building a secret passage, it must have some significance to him.
That's a very good point. I would say this place is a sanctuary.
But from what? The man lives alone in the desert already. What's he need a secret sanctuary for?
Look, on the wall there.
It's a sketch of Captain Boylan with 5 other men. His crew, maybe? There's a signature. A. Kranich.
Kranich? God forgive me.
Captain, can you hear me?
The Doom? The Doom!
What doom? What do you mean?
I came from nowhere. I ought to have taken heed. I ought to have let it take me.
Captain? Captain? He's unresponsive again.
Should I try repeating that name? See if he speaks again?
Perhaps not. Without knowing what's happening, we don't know how it would affect him.
I think I have an idea.
Yes?
That chair, the way it's positioned, facing that sketch, this room being hidden, I think something happened to those men. Something bad.
Yeah, the tomb
I
took
think
him.
the captain blames himself for it.
Yeah.
He probably comes in here to punish himself.
Oh, how you figure that?
Because, well, call it a hunch.
I don't know. Seems kind of far-fetched, don't it?
Not entirely. I've read some of the new theories about the study of the mind. A particularly traumatic event may have shaken Captain Boylan's sanity.
So, he has gone mad.
Yes, but he may not be beyond help. We could try to reach him. I could try a form of hypnosis.
Oh, sure. That's where you get him to cluck like a chicken, right?
Not at all. It means he would be calmed and put into a receptive state. Then we could speak directly with his unconscious mind. But to have the best chance, we would have to recreate the environment he's experiencing as accurately as possible.
Recreate the environment? Just how do you propose we do that?
We must each take on a role.
Oh, you mean like play acting?
Something like that. If we can each convincingly assume the identities of the men in that sketch, the captain may feel they are truly here with him. His fantasy will become clear, and we'll be able to guide him through and out of it.
Sounds just crazy enough to work.
It does.
But we know nothing about these men, aside from what they look like.
Which means we need to find out more. The more details we have, the better.
Then let's put this show together. Harley, you're good at finding things. See if Captain Boylan had a diary or something.
Nope, we're
All
trying
right, I'm on it.
But okay, so we know that Fisher was the harpoonist and he had the kerchief on the handle.
That's Captain Boylan on the left. The 5 other men must be his crew, but I have no idea who any of them are.
Well, I mean, this is the harpoonist. This is Fisher. This guy has a book titled Diseases, so he's the doctor. Then we have like a, you know, he's got like the telescope, so maybe like a navigator kind of person.
Poor Captain Boylan. It's not easy living with demons.
It's true.
I hope we're able to help the captain.
Let me know when you found something that might tell us who those fellers in the sketch are.
What's this, a journal?
Yeah.
Captain Boylan's personal one.
I see. Well, I'll let you pore over it for any pertinent information.
Lazy.
Unfortunately, I haven't got time to read the captain's journal right now.
You like reading?
I do not think we have the time to be reading books just now.
So rude.
Pointy.
So this will be the harpoon. But I don't know how to give them things. Whatever, we'll just grab more stuff first. Not sure what we need.
not much inside. There is a folded up piece of paper. Seems to be a recipe for sea biscuits. There's a note. Your favorites. Told you they were simple to make. Perhaps someday you can whip some up for me. It's initialed G-O-M.
Gom, clearly. O'Malley? Oh, I don't know. I can't think of any other OM names.
Well stocked, but not with anything I need. Cap. Definitely.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Could be a few different things, I guess. Now you can take the real harpoon. It would be better than the poker, but I don't know why we take the poker. Anyway, so the ship is called something weird.
The plaque says the Corunna. Oh,
Corunna.
that's interesting. And that other one there looks like one of the men in the attic sketch. I need to figure out exactly who it is.
Okay, but you don't tell me how he looks, so I can't help you.
A plain old sea chest. Spare linens.
I kicked accidentally.
A sketch of a ship. The Derwent. There's a note. Captain Boylan, looking forward to our first voyage together. Signed A. Cranach. Cranach? That's the same name on the
Yes.
sketch in the attic. So the Derwent must be the ship I'm looking for.
Is it? Anything in here now?
This is the water closet.
Nothing there? Fair enough.
Looks like a navigational chart. I'll take it with me.
Sure.
It's empty.
Empty, okay. And then do we need any of this stuff? To dress up the
I'll
hat?
take this hat. I can just make out the wagon.
Okay, checking on Loda? I think Loda Johnson. Making
Captain Boylan was quite...
sure she's still there. Alright, so that's this room then. Very good. What do we do with this?
It's got an old sailing ship on it. I'll put back the one I'm carrying.
Okay. I can only take one of them.
Someone carved a lighthouse onto this.
But I don't know which one. Because I don't know what I'm doing with these. Okay, whatever.
Nice to be able to...
Alright, open this drawer. What else do we get here?
There's an empty bottle and a note in here. I'll take the note.
Take that bottle too. Message in a bottle.
Captain Boylan, I recommend taking 1 nitroglycerin tablet per day and avoiding overexcitement. Dr. Francois.
Okay,
It's been carved with a whale design.
sure. Where would that go? Not sure. I think there's nothing else out here, right? Look at all the paintings.
The port of Gas...
Let's make sure that we didn't miss anything in here. No.
It doesn't do...
I guess the basement and the library still. Can we take this? Can we reach it?
Can't reach it from down here.
But perhaps with the poker we can.
I could reach it with the poker and knock it down, but it's liable to impale me. I'd better find a safer way.
That seems safe to me. You're not gonna get impaled from like the air. It's fine.
Such an...
But there's nothing new here, right?
Nautical adventures.
Can we find the diseases book? Yeah.
These shelves are... Ah, here we are. The logbook for the Derwent.
Maybe not, okay. The logbook instead. That's good too.
The Derwent sailed out of El Presidio in 1830. Listed crew is Captain Philip Boylan, First Mate Michael Benelli, Navigator Karenga Payo, Harpooner Jalal Fisher, Dr. Jonas Francois, Cook George O'Malley, and Alfred Cranach, profession unlisted.
Nice. Okay, back down we go maybe? Not sure how we get the harpoon still, but we'll figure it out.
Looks sturdy, but lightweight.
Sure, if you say so.
This crate's been emptied. A crate chock full of rum bottles.
Should take a few.
Probably full of more rum.
Perhaps.
Another unlit lamp. There we are.
Much better.
Enough rum to last a lifetime. Or an evening. An old navigational chart. Looks awfully familiar. There's a path drawn around an island that says Detour. The name of the island's been crossed out. These two charts show the same land masses. The island crossed out on my chart is called Hastram Scary.
Scary? Why would we go to an island that's scary? Anyway. Rookie mistake. Empty?
No rum in here, surprisingly.
Yep, okay. So we know the island's name, we know the people's names. We know a lot of things. That didn't look right. I don't think I was that high up for that, but okay. I'll allow it, it's fine. Nothing else here, right? Okay, up we go, I think. Sure. Right, so we have... Okay, let's have a look at this.
That's Captain Boylan on the left. According to the ship's log, these other men are Harpooner Jalal Fisher, Cook George O'Malley,
Yes.
Dr. Jonas Francois, First Mate Michael Benelli, and Navigator Karenga Payo.
And Cranach was there to paint them, maybe? Or draw them. Anyway.
I hope we're able to help the captain.
Okay, how do we do this?
There's gotta be something we can do for him.
Let me know when you found something that might tell us who those fellers in the sketch are.
I have. Like, how do I start this? Do I have to give you things? I don't know, I think... You're gonna be the harpoonist?
We ought to find out who those men in the sketch are before amassing a collection of trinkets.
I know who they are. What are you talking about? Why is this weird? I know who they are.
I found the ship's log for the crew in the sketch.
Nicely done. Let's have a look.
Sure, so this way.
Alright, so we've got a first mate, navigator, harpooner, doctor, cook, and artist. We can probably leave that last one out.
Okay, so Danny can be the cook, Nadine the doctor, Phil the harpooner, you can be the navigator, and I'll be the first mate.
Oh, don't you think I ought to be the first mate?
Does it really matter?
Reckon not. Right, now all we need are some props.
Props?
Sure, for authenticity. Have another look at the sketch.
Yeah, hurry. You've done all that.
Each of the crewmen is either wearing or holding something unique.
Jake's right. If we each have the appropriate item, it will increase our chances of convincing the captain that we are his former crew. I'd also suggest trying to learn at least one personal detail about each one, just in case.
Okay, I'll have a look around.
Bring me any items you find.
And let me know when you're ready to begin the performance.
This is a lot to keep track of. I'd better make a list.
Do you have the list now? Okay, we don't know anything about Bonelli, which is bad. So the harpooner gets the harpoon. We just hand that to the... I don't know. I guess you take it.
Here's a harpoon for Mr. Fisher.
All right, this one's yours, Phil.
I do hope this works.
What else do we have? We have a hat.
Heavy. A spyglass for Navigator Pio.
Great.
The hat. I guess I can just wear it, but whatever.
Here, this is the hat First Mate Benelli wore.
Perfect. I'll hang on to it.
Right. So we have the harpoon, the spyglass, the hats. The doctor has like a book. And the cook? What does the cook even have? I don't know.
It's been carved.
I don't know what this is for still. I'm confused. None of the other things seem right.
That's Captain Boylan on the left. According to the ship's log, these other men are Harpooner Jalal Fisher, Cook George
Do they have an
O'Malley,
apron?
Dr. Jonas Francois, First Mate Michael Benelli, and Navigator Karenga Pio.
And the doctor has like the mustache, the book. What is that? Is that one of the things you're hoarding? I can't tell. I can't tell. But it would be this one.
Here's a carved whale tooth for Dr. Francois.
This one's you, Miss Redbird.
Okay, so we're missing whatever the cook is gonna have. The poker doesn't really make sense. I don't know. Is there like a... I don't know. Is there anything else up here, actually?
Boylan set up a sort of shrine from the look of it.
It's barely a shrine, but okay.
Storm seems to be...
Poor Captain Boylan.
Alright, so we're looking for one more piece of information. Wrong. Get out of here. Looking for one more piece of information about the first mate, Bonelli. And we're looking for a prop for the cook. It's just like having, it's just wearing like an apron, I don't know. That's like the most distinct thing I've got. You're not gonna want this, are you?
Hey, watch where you point that thing.
Makes sense.
Seems like handy information to know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Captain Boylan, I recommend taking 1 nitroglycerin tablet.
Seems like hand...
Okay, you don't want those though. So the information, I'm just like...
A sketch of a ship. Captain Boylan, looking forward to our...
Interesting find.
I'm not sure if I have to give those to him. What's that letter again?
February Clark, you
It's signed.
P.S.
Okay, yeah.
The bottle's nearly...
But
I found this inkwell and quill. Should work for drawing O'Malley's tattoo on Danny.
Right. I'll hold on to this thing until it's time. Nice work, Harley. I think we got all the props we need.
a tattoo? Well, I guess
That's Captain Boylan on
that's
the
a
left.
tattoo on the arm, sure.
According to the ship's log, these other men...
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like the apron and the mustache are more recognizable than those two, but whatever, it's fine. It's fine. So we have everything except for any information about the first mate. I don't know where we get that though. No clue. Because there's nothing else here.
No mirror. I guess, Cap.
Oh, yeah, on the ship, the second figure. Now we know who looks like, you know, like who's who on the sketch, and then we can figure out who that is, and that's going to be the first mate, and that's going to be something recognizable or something, right? That makes sense.
The plaque says... Oh, that's interesting. And that looks like First Mate Benelli. They must have been shipmates.
Okay, so now we have that information too. They were on the Corona together before they were on the Durban? Maybe. Alright, we got everything. I'm not sure why we have that poker still. For now, we've just stolen it, kind of. Right, excellent. Let's do this thing.
Nice work, Harley. I think we got all the props we need.
Is everything ready to go? Keep in mind, we'll likely only get one chance at this.
I think so. I've found everything I can.
Excellent. Let's gather everything together and get started. I'll begin. Then we can each say who we are. Captain Boylan, hear the voices of your former crew.
Me crew?
Go ahead, Harley. You start.
First Mate Michael Benelli reporting for duty, Captain Boylan.
Michael, can it be?
Captain Boylan, it's Karenga Payo, your navigator.
Hi-yo! You're alive?
Captain Boylan, it's me, George O'Malley. Supper is almost ready.
Ah, yes, I can smell it. Delicious.
Captain Boylan, I am Jalal Fisher, harpooner.
Of course, Fisher! I knew ye'd made it.
And I am Dr. Jonas Francois.
Doc! Oh, Doc, how I've needed ye. Me crew? Can it be?
Yes, Captain. We've come to speak with you.
But you're not some devils sent to trick me?
We are not, I assure you.
Prove it then, Benelli. If it's truly yourself, tell me the name of the ship we served on before the Derwent.
Oh, I need to click them.
How could I forget the Corona?
Aye, an unforgettable ship she was.
You have to click all of them?
Michael, I don't know how it'd be possible, but it's good you're back. Payo!
Aye, Captain.
Remind me of the course correction ye made this morning?
We're going around Hostrom Skerry.
That's right. I remember now. Fine work, Payo. That'll surely save us some time. Fisher, have
Sea
ye your
biscuits.
harpoon at the ready?
Oh, that's the wrong guy.
Aye, sir.
And your aim will be true?
Yes, I have my wife's lucky kerchief tied to the handle.
Ah, good. Then our hunt is sure to succeed.
I don't remember the doctor's thing.
O'Malley?
Sir?
I believe I know that delicious scent. But remind me what it is you're making.
Why, your favorite, of course. Sea biscuits.
As I suspected, I can hardly wait for a taste.
Glycerin, nitroglycerin
Captain, I recommend
tablets?
you take it easy.
Why is that, Dr. Francois?
I don't want you to put any stress on your heart. Have you been taking your nitroglycerin tablets?
I have. I think I have. I can't believe what I'm seeing and hearing, but y'all are really here. But how can this be? I saw ye all dragged under. I can't make sense of this.
Perhaps you still can. Tell us what you remember.
20 years ago, the Derwent left El Presidio on the hunt for whales. We'd been out for months, with almost naught to show for it. A wretched haul, wretched pay. Benelli came to me, saying the crew was getting agitated, yearning for home. Forgive me, Benelli. I ought to have listened to you. After the third time you tried to speak sense, I tossed you in the brig for insubordination. One more, I said. We'll not turn for home before we bring in one more whale. Hyo and Fisher, at least, were keen. I saw the signs, but didn't want to believe them. Didn't want to turn back. But there was a devil of a storm brewing, and he brought us down. Poor Benelli, locked in the brig, to drown like a rat. And the rest of ye didn't stand a chance once the ship turned over. Brave, brave Fisher. You saved me life, when it ought to have been me what went down with the Derwent. Ah, lads, that night's been eating away at me for 20 years. How I wish I could go back. How I wish I could make things right.
But you can't. The past is the past, and what's done is done. The best you can do is learn to accept and live with it.
But how? You 5 brave men died because of me.
Yet you were given a second chance. You can tell our story. Make sure we're never forgotten. Honor our memory.
It won't ever stop hurting, but you can take the pain and turn it into something good.
I suppose you're right. I swear I'll do right by all of ye. Thank ye. You've given me a moment of peace. I hope to God you've found it as well. Oh, I am weary.
Think it worked?
I hope so. Come, we should get some sleep. And let's refrain from mentioning this to the captain in the morning.
Yeah, good idea.
Appreciate your hospitality, Captain.
Think nothing of it. I hope you all slept well.
Very much so. And yourself?
Best sleep I've had in years.
I'm glad to hear it.
Ye said you were headed to El Presidio?
Sure.
That's right.
Then I wonder if I might trouble ye for a small favour. I've a letter needs delivering. Could I entrust it to ye?
Of course.
How did you write the letter?
Thanks. I'd also like to leave ye with a couple of mementos for being so quick to volunteer and help out. Mr. Luo and Miss Redbird, please, take this bottle of Barbadian rum. Perhaps ye might split it between ye. Makes dull work go faster.
Oh, thanks. That's very kind.
And for you, Miss Leger, this tea caddy. I carved the inlay myself.
It's beautiful.
It is.
Best of luck on your journey.
Very
And
Irish.
if you ever pass this way again, feel free to knock on me door.
Thanks, Captain, we will.
Our stay at Captain Boylan's farmhouse was anything but dull. I can't say for sure whether we truly helped him for good and all, but he seemed himself again when he saw us off this morning. I do believe he was truly lonely in his self-imposed exile and grateful for even the brief company we offered.
We did what we could.
After traveling half the day, we've stopped for a brief rest, and Nadine has asked me to accompany her on an excursion into the desert. For what purpose, I shall soon learn.
Thank you for accompanying me, Harley.
Not a problem. What are we doing, exactly?
Gathering firewood. There's probably plenty of petrified wood, but we should be able to find some useful scrub.
You sure? Seems awful barren.
At first glance, yes, but the desert is good at concealing. Just look closely and you'll find what you're seeking. Over here looks promising.
Sure. Is it actually promising? We'll find out next time. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye.